to Sanskrit class, Sanskrit and pose names. We'll talk about it again, right? So you have lots of opportunities to learn this. So this word, say virya.
Virya.
Virya means energy. And it also means like heroic and strong and enthusiastic. And it's also like a particular kind of masculine energy because vira means hero, right? So think about like the English word virile, right? Kind of comes from this word. Okay, so virya is the word. Now we're going to put an ending on this word because of grammar. And if this word were to stand, in fact, let me put this in a different color. Okay, so virya is the word, and it's going to get an ending appended to it. And if this word stood alone, we would say viryam. So say that, please.
Viryam.
Good. Now, if you were in class yesterday, you know that if a letter has, it's not a letter, if an M has a dot anywhere around it, it's not really an M. What is it?
An Anusvara.
Say it loud, say it proud, Kel.
Anusvara.
It is an Anusvara. It's not really a letter. It's a symbol. Okay? So this M that has a dot anywhere around it, it depends on the font of the person who's giving you the page. That's a V. It's called an Anusvara. An Anusvara tells us to nasalize the vowel sound. Okay, that's the purpose of the Anusvara. But in Sanskrit, it turns out there are 5 different nasal sounds that we can choose from. Repeat after me. Nya. Nya.
Nya.
Na.
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 Ma.
Ma.
Again. Nga.
Ma.
And a word that has this sound in it is ashtanga.
Ashtanga.
Right? So it's only really funny and weird in isolation. If we put it in a word, it's pretty normal, right? It's the same sound as in the English word sing. Okay?
Sing.
So say, it is like ng. Mm-hmm. Say, say ashtanga.
Ashtanga.
Say, nya.
Nya.
Okay? So if you're old enough to remember the Three Stooges, you might remember that the Three Stooges would go, nya, 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 right? And maybe when you were 6, you would say, nya, 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 right? And that's the sound. You make the back, you lift up the back of your tongue, the back of your tongue touches the top back of your mouth, and you go, nya,
Nya.
right? This is the second one, this is the palatal one. And say, pancha.
Pancha.
Patanjali.
Patanjali.
We don't really have this sound in English. This is a different sound from English, but it's a little bit similar to if you said canyon.
Canyon.
A little bit, not exactly the same. Okay? So that's 2 so far, right? Say ashtanga.
Ashtanga.
Say nya.
Nya.
Say pancha.
Pancha.
Okay, the third one say na.
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 Prana.
Prana.
Kona.
Kona.
And hey, tip of your tongue. That's it. I hit the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And when you touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and say na.
Na.
Very good. Okay, so say na.
Na.
Ashtanga.
Ashtanga.
Nya.
Nya.
Pancha.
Pancha.
Na.
Na.
Prana.
Prana.
Na.
Na.
Na. Asana.
Asana.
Okay, so that's 4 so far. Say ashtanga.
Ashtanga.
Pancha.
Pancha.
Prana.
Prana.
Asana.
Asana.
And then finally we have ma.
Ma.
Say maya.
Maya.
Okay? So 5 different sounds that are considered to be nasal sounds. Okay? So Anusvara says, hey, chanter, you're chanting along. I'd like you to nasalize this vowel. And you're like, right on, Anusvara. I can do that. Which nasal sound would you like me to use? I have 5 that I can choose from. So when the word stands alone, when there is nothing following it, we'll say we'll say M. But if there is something that comes after it, that nasal sound will change. And it will change depending on the character that follows it. So in this chant, what is the character that follows the Anusvara? Ka. Okay? And the nasal sound, do I need to write out Viryam Ka? No, you have it on your page. Okay. The nasal sound that goes along with Ka. Say Ka.
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 Ka. I think you have it already, yeah? What's the nasal sound that goes along with Ka? Right? Say Ka.
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 Okay? They agree. They're made in the same mouth position. Say Ka.
Ka.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes? If it doesn't, don't panic. You'll have plenty of opportunities to do it again. Also, you don't need to know the rule in order to make the sound correctly. So if the rule is making your brains leak out your ears, take a deep breath and don't worry about it. All you need to know is that when you see this word in this chant, because it will change in other chants, in this particular chant, you're going to say Viryang, okay? Like the opposite of old. Good?